And got rain in the forecast late on Halloween Day, especially Thursday night. More on your local forecast here in just a few minutes.
Tuscaloosa's fire chief has announced his retirement. When will be his last day in that position? And October is Anti-Bullying Month. How does the Tuscaloosa County school system bring awareness to the issue? WVUA 23 News starts right now.
This is WVUA 23 News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Laura Vale in for Jabari Pruitt. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa police and area law enforcement agencies are searching for a suspect who was driving a stolen car and led police on a chase until crashing near the Brookwood exit of Interstate 2059. TPD says the chase started just after 2 p.m. at the intersection of 7th Avenue and Willow Chase and continued onto I-29 and 59. Northbound before the suspect wrecked into the vehicle at the 86-mile marker exit. The suspect then ran off into the woods. Right now, TPD and the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office are in the area of Covered Bridge Road and U.S. Highway 11 for the search. Turning now to weather, Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott is here to tell us what our trick-or-treating weather will be like. Richard?
Hey, Laura, good evening to you. Let's check it out on the satellite and radar. First off, for today, the clouds really pesky for much of the day, finally clearing up out there. No rain across West Alabama. 77 Tuscaloosa, 80 in Linden down in Marengo County. That forecast for tonight will drop to 70 at 10, 66 at 1 a.m. We are watching, Laura, tomorrow evening for the potential for some rain out there, especially areas near and northwest of Tuscaloosa in the evening hours. We'll talk more about this local forecast here in just a few minutes.
Even with expected rain in the forecast, it may not be enough to lift the fire danger advisory that's now been placed in Alabama counties. The advisory will remain in place until enough precipitation is received to improve drought impacts. Well, Habitat for Humanity Tuscaloosa hosted its annual CEO Build today. Corporate leaders and other business owners worked to build a house from the ground up. WVUA 23's Jocelyn Malave is here to tell us more about that process. Jocelyn?
Hey, Laura. Habitat Tuscaloosa not only brings big Tuscaloosa names together to get their hands dirty, but it also plays a vital role in rebuilding a stronger Tuscaloosa.
Efforts of volunteers coming together to build affordable and strong houses for families in need. Since the tornado that destroyed many homes in 2011, they've been able to build more than 100 houses and have repaired more than 500 damaged homes. This organization invites corporate CEOs, other senior managers, and volunteers to help in the efforts of putting together this special home.
We're going to actually build a house next year, and everybody here, you see CEOs from various companies throughout the area in western Alabama, and they're all coming together. They all do the same thing monetarily as well as the sweat equity. So it's really a big partnership, and it's a great community thing to be done by the corporate.
But CEOs weren't the only ones with a hammer in hand. The prospective homeowner was excited to step up and help build her future home.
She kept on saying, Miss Ivory? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, you have a brand new home. You have been looking for a brand new home. And I was so excited. When I got off the phone with her, I just called my daughter. And I was telling her, then I told some friends. I just couldn't believe it, but I'm just so excited.
Miss Ivory was very thankful to be chosen and continued to express her gratitude with a positive attitude.
I just couldn't stop crying. I just couldn't stop crying. And then when I left for a few minutes and went home and changed clothes, and I just cried out to the Lord. Just amazing blessing. It's just a blessing.
You can visit HabitatTuscaloosa.org to learn more about how you can get involved in the program. Laura?
And besides building homes in Tuscaloosa, Habitat for Humanity is also looking to help people who lost their homes. Habitat is asking for donations to help hurricane victims. The Restore is Habitat for Humanity's building material, furniture, appliance, and household items resale store. They're accepting donations at the Restore on 15th Street next to T-Town Cafe. For this relief drive, they're looking for different items than they normally request.
We are not taking just general things. What we are taking, we're taking things like new shovels, new winter coats, new gloves, new hats, things like that that, say, people in northeastern Tennessee and northwestern North Carolina, southwestern Virginia would need as it gets closer to winter.
Items will be accepted at their restore until November 15th. Tuscaloosa Fire Chief Randy Smith has announced his retirement. Smith dedicated more than 40 years to fire and rescue. He started his position as chief in 2018. He led the COVID-19 Incident Command Team during the pandemic while also serving as incident commander for weather and public safety events. Smith says he is forever grateful to have served the people of Tuscaloosa. His last day in office will be November 22nd. The city of Tuscaloosa has been awarded $220,000 to help the homeless or those in jeopardy of becoming homeless. The city will contract with several organizations to provide street outreach, emergency shelter, and homeless prevention for people, including domestic violence victims. Those organizations are the Salvation Army, Turning Point, and Temporary Emergency Services. The grants were awarded to 12 municipalities or nonprofit agencies within the Alabama from the Emergency Solutions Grants Program. October is National Bullying Prevention Month, and the Tuscaloosa County School System has hosted several events to bring awareness to anti-bullying, including cyberbullying. Tuscaloosa County School students, faculty, and staff wore blue today to bring awareness to the issue. There was also a poster contest this month, and 6 students were honored for their designs. Tuscaloosa County school leaders say bullying has increased over the last few years, mainly due to cyberbullying, and they advise parents to watch what their children do on their phone.
What we're seeing is an increase of cyberbullying, and that's why it's one of our biggest focus, because we want to make sure that, if a student is having issues at home or at school, that we're addressing those. In the past, if you were having issues with a bully, most of the time it would have to be in person. Now, people have access to children 24 hours a day. And so it can be one of those constant things that can be hard for a child to maintain and manage. And so it's important that we provide parents with those resources.
The school system has more information about how to prevent bullying. Visit tcss.net. Northport Municipal Court will host a special toy drive as part of their court case amnesty program. From November 4th through the 29th, you can bring in a new unwrapped toy valued at $10 or more with a receipt, and it will update your municipal court cases without the worry of arrest, jail time, or additional fees. All toys collected will be donated to Toys for Tots. Contact 205-339-8132 for more information. Halloween is tomorrow, and there will be plenty of places to take your trick-or-treaters. Tuscaloosa's Children's Hands-On Museum invites trick-or-treaters from 9:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. Northport Fire and Rescue are allowing trick-or-treaters from 5 until 8 at all of their stations. And the Tuscaloosa Police Department will be in the University Mall's parking lot 5:30 p.m. until 7:30. In Walker County, Dora Fire and Rescue will have a Halloween party, and the City of Oakman will have a Halloween block party. Both events are from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. In today's Health Matters, we learn the importance of protecting ourselves and others from contagious illnesses.
Hello, I'm Dr. Richard Friend. We have certainly seen our share of contagious illnesses. COVID-19, RSV, flu, but there are actions we can take to protect ourselves and prevent the spread of these illnesses to others.
Right now, flu is at a low ebb, but it will be coming to a neighborhood near you in late fall or midwinter. And the symptoms there are going to be fever, chills, cough, sore throat, achiness, a lot of achiness with that. And what's interesting, when I see somebody coming into the office with the flu, they have what I call the look. And the look is like, And that, I mean, I can almost make the diagnosis without doing the swab because they have the look. But again, you just really feel terrible. It's much worse than a cold. You just have no energy, and you just feel horrible. It just knocks you down.
You can hear the entire interview by visiting our website at umc.ua.edu. And for all your primary health care needs, visit University Medical Center with locations in Tuscaloosa, Northport, Demopolis, Fayette, Carrollton, and Livingston. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Health Matters.
Election Day is nearing, and we'll tell you how local officials prepare for the day. And we'll tell you what positions you'll be voting to fill in our area. We'll be right back. Tuscaloosa County is gearing up for election season, and preparations have been made for November 5th. People will be able to come to 54 polling locations and have the opportunity to vote a lot quicker than before. County Commissioner Judge Rob Robertson says the county is ready and encourages people to go out and vote.
I think that people will find, things even go smoother. This year, the poll books where people check in run even faster. As far as, when we check an ID, the way that process works is even quicker. Our machines have been tested, the ballot counters, all that has been completed. We're ready with that piece of equipment. We have special equipment called an express vote machine for those that may have some type of disability and need to use some special assistance as they cast their vote.
Polls will open at 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. And misinformation, mistakes, and in some cases, flat-out malice are making headlines during the final days of this volatile election season, enough to rattle voter confidence. Laura Aguirre reports.
Wow. A slew of anti-Semitic remarks allegedly hurled at a poll worker outside a West Palm Beach, Florida library. The man arrested, now facing multiple charges, according to affiliate WPTV. The risk of verbal assaults or worse are a chief concern for many election officials nationwide.
I think that we need to not pretend that that sort of rhetoric of killing or assaulting election officials is okay.
Other recent attacks on the voting process include fires set in some ballot boxes and postal boxes across at least 3 states, with investigations underway and suspects still at large. Acts of intimidation and reported threats aren't the only concerns.
In 30 years of voting, I've never had that many ballots that don't belong to me.
A Bellevue, Washington woman received 16 ballots in her mailbox, most with a different name. News affiliate King put her in touch with a local election official who said they will investigate the mailing error, but gave assurances that ultimately only one ballot per registered voter with a matching signature is counted.
The guardrails we have in place is repeating to the voters out there that we know what the process is going to look like on election day.
Processes that can vary from state to state, but often involve multiple steps, hand count audits, and other safeguards.
We have multiple ways to ensure that our elections are secure, transparent, fair, and accurate.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Record turnout is being reported during early voting, and election officials say patience will also be key. It's likely final tallies won't be available until the early morning hours of November 6th in many states. And Alabama voters will be deciding some county races in our area on Tuesday. Voters in Bibb County will be choosing a district court judge. Fayette County will be selecting a county commissioner for District 6 and a board education member for District 6. In Hale County, they'll be choosing a probate judge, a county commissioner for District 2, and a board of education members for District 5 and 4. Voters in Pickens County will be electing a school superintendent and a school board member for District 1. And Tuscaloosa County voters will be choosing a circuit clerk. Stick around, we'll be right back after this.
Hear my forecast every day on 92.1 The Possum. And our local weather is quiet across West Alabama. Start you off live along Alabama's Gulf Coast. And hey, the time change coming this weekend. Not a whole lot more time to be able to see Alabama's beaches during the 5 and 6 o'clock newscast. But we've got a big time issue this week and into the weekend, a rip current, a very dangerous concern down there. So if you are beach bound between now and Sunday, keep in mind a life-threatening rip current is ongoing there. Surf about 4 to 6 feet with a strong southeast wind. See the red flags off in the distance there. And again, this is live from Gulf Shores, Alabama. But again, the rip current issues here go all the way along the Florida Panhandle as well. Let's go over to our Demopolis camera. What a pretty afternoon and evening now. The sun getting ready to set. 80 degrees in Demopolis, finally breaking out in the sunshine. The cloud cover really lingering for much of the day. There's the Tombigbee River, and off in the distance right about there, you can see the mist from the Demopolis Lock and Dam off in the distance there around the curve of the river bend. 77 from Bryant-Denny and Tuscaloosa, get a pretty evening out there, but a lot of cloud cover for much of the day. Keeping temperatures cooler than expected. I don't think anybody complaining about that, especially Gary. We'll talk to him about sports here in a little bit. A couple of showers over in Etowah and Calhoun counties, but West Alabama here, again, dry And really the chance for rain for tonight basically non-existent. Temperatures at 80 in Demopolis, 70 now in Haydenville and Coleman. A bit cooler for our northern counties. Just a nice fall evening. Not too hot, not too cold, kind of just right. Here's that forecast, 70 on average by 10. Some of our northern counties will be in the 60s by sunset, 66 at 1 a.m. Skies becoming mostly cloudy, I think, once again for tonight, and partly to mostly cloudy for Thursday. 7 a.m. around 63 here. South wind 10 miles per hour tomorrow, 75 at lunchtime here at 80 by mid-afternoon. But again, tomorrow, a rain chance will begin to come in kind of late in the day. For the trick-or-treaters tomorrow night, let's break down the forecast for you. So 5 o'clock, I think most of us still generally dry, but towards 7, 9, 10, 11 o'clock or so, showers will be a pretty good possibility. Model data now in a better agreement with that. We need the rain bad. We got a serious drought concerns all over central Alabama. New drought monitor comes out tomorrow. Most likely that will be more expansive. So here's our futurecast model into tonight. Clouds begin to thicken up across the area. You could have some areas of dense fog as well. Watch that carefully. But on Thursday, again, notice here, a rain chance begin to spread in the afternoon. But again, hey, model data more aggressive on this. I know not good timing for the trick-or-treaters, but look, we need the rain badly, so just take the umbrella if you are going to be out and about tomorrow. Try to go earlier if you can. That's going to be the lower rain chance. So here's that 7-day forecast. Look for dry weather to return by the afternoon on Friday. Some morning showers for northern counties north of Tuscaloosa. Saturday and Sunday, the time change will be pretty warm during the day with highs in the mid-80s. That's your forecast update. Here's Gary.
Thanks, Richard. Coming up, Alabama running backs coach Robert Gillespie met with the media this morning, talked about all the stuff they're trying to get put in during the bye week. And former Crimson Tide quarterback Bryce Young will start again this Sunday for the Carolina Panthers against the New Orleans Saints. We'll have the tales next in WVUA 23 Sports. And welcome back. I'm Gary Harris. Alabama running backs coach Robert Gillespie met with the media this morning following practice, and he discussed the advantage of having a bye week at this point in the season and what the team is working on before beginning full-scale preparations for LSU next week.
This time of year, when you have a bye week, you really want to focus on some of the things you can do better. So we've been doing a lot of self-scout, and also it gives you a chance to kind of look at a few opponents that we're going to play in the future, you know, because you don't want to spend 2 weeks preparing for a team that you normally would spend a week for. So, you know, our first couple of days we did some self-scout. We looked at a few future opponents, and today we'll take some time to really focus in on LSU a little bit, kind of, you know, start to get like a base game plan of some things we can do and some things that may cause us problems that we can talk about and, you know, dive into on Sunday when we get back.
And now to Bama in the NFL. Quarterback Bryce Young will make a second straight start for the Carolina Panthers on Sunday against the New Orleans Saints. Young will start as veteran Andy Dalton continues to rehab from a sprained thumb on his throwing hand, which he suffered last week in a car accident. Dalton was a full participant in practice today and is expected to be Young's backup. He was replaced by Dalton, Bryce was, after an 0-2 start, and he didn't get another start until Sunday at Denver. He completed 24 of 37 for 224 yards. With 2 touchdowns, but he did have 2 interceptions in the 28-14 loss to the Broncos. Well, one of the best free agent signings of the offseason has been the Packers signing of former New York Giants safety Xavier McKinney. McKinney recorded 6 tackles and an interception during Sunday's 30-27 win at Jacksonville. He now has an interception in 6 of the Packers' 8 games, and he's alone at the top of the league in that category with those 6 picks heading into Week 9. The Jacksonville State Gamecocks have a couple of things working for them tonight when they go on the road to face the favored Liberty Flames. First, JSU is riding a 4-game winning streak. Secondly, the Gamecocks are very comfortable and successful playing midweek games. Last year, they went 5-1 during weekday Conference USA games and are 3-1 on weekdays so far this season. Kickoff is set for 6 o'clock Central Time on the CBS Sports Network, and I'll have the highlights tonight on the news at 10. Well, the annual Tuscaloosa Hunting and Fishing Laws update was held Tuesday night at the Tuscaloosa County Annex Building. Judge Gayam Lake Jr. started the annual meeting way back in 1982, and former Alabama All-American defensive back Tommy Wilcox, host of the Tommy Wilcox Outdoor Show, seen on WVUA 23, served as the moderator again this year. Now, those in attendance were updated on the laws, offered safety and hunting tips, and were given the opportunity to suggest changes in the laws. Game wardens were there, doctors were there, conservation and hunter safety were also discussed. In fact, Wilcox told us that hunters really need to make safety a priority. You don't want an accident in the woods.
We have people that die or severely hurt each and every year because they don't wear safety belts, or they don't have a flashlight with them, or they shoot at something. They see movement in the bushes and they shoot into the bushes. And it's very important that you recognize it's an animal and you don't make a mistake that haunts you the rest of your life. So
that's exactly right, Laura. You know, Richard's a deer hunter, and you want to enjoy it, but you want to wear that hunter orange, and you want to make sure, as Tommy said, that you never fire a firearm in the woods unless you're sure that what you're shooting at is a deer.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Gary, and we'll be right back after this.
Moving it in the woods does not
Coming up at 10, one college campus is inviting the community out for Halloween. Details on the event you can bring the whole family to. And Dodge is issuing recalls for some of their pickup trucks. How many trucks are being recalled and what are their issues? Those stories and more at 10. An act of kindness goes a long way. Officer Harold Cox with the Dora Police Department recently stopped a motorist for having a broken taillight. After he issued a verbal warning for the broken taillight, Officer Cox was asked if he could help fix it. And he said yes and went and bought a repair kit and replaced the light. Wasn't
That's
that
pretty
just
cool
sweet?
there. Yeah.
I need that kind of luck when I get older.
Absolutely.
All right, Gary, well, sports?
Yeah, I got Alabama women's basketball playing their first exhibition game tonight. We'll have highlights at 10.
All right, and weather?
Hey, got Halloween coming up for Thursday night. Some wet trick-or-treaters going to be a possibility here with some scattered showers becoming a good chance Thursday evening, Thursday night. That could linger to Friday morning. Hopefully more rain than expected. We certainly need that with the ongoing drought conditions. Dry for the weekend. Don't forget about the time change and heading towards Election Day. Quiet weather across much of the country.
Yep. All right, well, that's our show, and have a great night.
See you.